It is time now for the Muletrain News on this Tuesday, November the 13th, 2018. Brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Well, sadly, Monday morning around 11:30 a.m., a house fire here in the Richland Hills area of Muleshoe was reported, and the Muleshoe Police Department, Bailey County EMS, Bailey County Sheriff's Department, and of course the Muleshoe Fire Department all responded to that call, along with several other fire departments, Lasbury and Sudan, there in the 1800 block of Avenue D here in Muleshoe. The house was already fully engulfed in flames, and if you remember, Monday morning it was bitterly cold and extremely windy, and it just ravaged that house in no time. The fire did, and the family of Jose and Lorena Mesa, they lost everything in that house fire on Monday morning. You can see some video that I shot from yesterday now on your TV screen. They're looking for donations of clothing for the families, and Jose wears an extra large shirt and a 34 waist by 34 length pant size, and wears a size 12 men's shoe. Lorena wears a large top with a size 13 pant and a size 9 in women's shoes. Their children are two sons. Juan Pablo, who's 7 years old, he wears a 7 to 8 in shirt and pants. Emilio is 12 years old. He wears a 12 to 14 in a top and bottom. And their daughter, a 16-year-old junior at Muleshoe High School, Valeria, wears a size 4 in pants and a small top. And also you can take any donations, not just clothing. They're looking for sheets and linens, kitchen appliances, furniture, anything you can possibly donate to this family, as they lost everything. You can go by K&K Pharmacy, 1411 West American Boulevard, or also the school is setting up donation sites at each campus, Dillman, DeShazo, Watson Junior High, and High School, where you can donate anything to this family. Lorraine is a longtime employee at K&K Pharmacy here in Muleshoe, and if you've ever dealt with her, you know she's a very sweet, kind, helpful person and a great employee there at K&K. Also, they're setting up here on Tuesday, as all the banks were closed on Monday for Veterans Day. They're setting up accounts, and we've heard of accounts being set up at AIM Bank here in Muleshoe and both First Bank. But as of press time this morning, they weren't finalized, but look for that coming later today and throughout the week. If you would like to take a monetary donation for this family, check at AIM Bank Muleshoe and also the First Bank. Any clothing or linens, kitchen appliances, furniture, anything you would like to donate to the family, you can go by K&K Pharmacy, 1411 West American Boulevard here in Muleshoe, or any campus in the Muleshoe ISD. And we're so sorry about this fire, and the firemen, along with the police and EMS, worked diligently in very bitter, cold conditions, extremely windy conditions Monday morning, and it took them several hours to extinguish this fire. Please keep the Meza family on your prayer list today. Of course, it didn't injure any of the family, as they were all at work and school. Also, they had a dog and cat, and both made it out safe as well. Charles E. Buddy Shepler, the father of Gina Martis of Muleshoe, died on Thursday, November the 8th in North Richland Hills, Texas. A memorial service will be held at the First Baptist Church in Grapevine, Texas on Saturday, November the 17th at 10 a.m. In lieu of flowers, donations may be made to the Alzheimer's Association or M.D. Anderson Cancer Center. Buddy Shepler was born October the 24th, 1934 in Wichita, Kansas, to Harry and Hazel Shepler. Married the love of his life, Gloria, in 1953. Together they raised three children. Buddy worked hard as a traveling salesman with Tony Lama Boot Company for over 20 years and retired from the Rios of Mercedes Boot Company in 1996. He was an avid golfer. And again, he is survived by Gina Shepler, his daughter here in Muleshoe, and her husband Chris, also a granddaughter Courtney Kersey, and her husband Brian. Please keep the Shepler family on your prayer list today, especially Gina Martis here in Muleshoe. And repeating memorial service for Buddy Shepler will be held at the First Baptist Church in Grapevine on Saturday, November the 17th at 10 a.m. Walter Ray Robertson, 88, passed away on Friday, November the 9th in Plainview. He was the father of Nancy Benham of Muleshoe. A memorial service for Walter will be held at 11 a.m. on November the 13th, which is today, on Tuesday, at the First Baptist Church in Dimmitt. Ray was born near Plainview in the Bellevue community in 1930 to G.W. and May Robertson. He was married to Joanna Daniels for 53 years before her death in 2003. Ray was a resident of Dimmitt for many years and was a member of the First Baptist Church. He had been a lifetime farmer and rancher in and around the Castro County. He was a Mason and a Shriner for over 50 years. He was honored by receiving the Dimmitt Citizen through the years in 1979 for his many years of civic service. He was the director of the Castro Co-op Gin and a director for the Production Credit Association for 9 years and on the Texas Farm Credit Board for many years. He loved his 14 grandchildren and 33 great-grandchildren. And again, Walter Ray Robertson was preceded in death by his wife Joannis and survived by a daughter Nancy Benham and her husband Jack of Muleshoe. Ray requested in lieu of flowers memorials be made to the Shriners Children's Hospital. And repeating, the memorial service for Walter Ray Robertson, 88 of Dimmitt, will be held this morning 11 a.m. on Tuesday, November the 13th at the First Baptist Church in Dimmitt. Please keep the Robertson family on your prayer list today, and Nancy Benham here in Muleshoe. We do now have the full obituary now for Sonny Bird. As we mentioned last week, his funeral service was held Saturday afternoon at the First Baptist Church this past weekend with Father Sergio Leal officiating. Levanather Sonny Bird, 86 of Muleshoe, died on Monday, November the 5th here in Muleshoe. He was born November the 23rd, 2018 in Madisonville, Texas, to Brady and Ara Jordan Bird. He married Elna G. Graves in Clovis on August the 10th, 1954. He lived in Lubbock until the age of 20 and before moving to the Progress community, where he resided for over 60 years. He met Elna Graves in 1952 and married her in 1954. He and his wife loved to travel and had the opportunity to vacation in 48 states. He loved raising quarter horses for a hobby and enjoyed roping and cutting cattle. He also had the opportunity to train others to rope and cut cattle as well. Sonny farmed for John Lovelace of Farwell after he moved to Progress. He then went to work for the city of Muleshoe and also Bailey County Precinct 2 for 23 years. He ran a lawn service business for over 30 years as well, up until about a year ago. Sonny was a very active person in the community of Progress in the city of Muleshoe. He never met a stranger, and he was well known in Bailey County. His favorite things to do were drinking coffee and visiting with others. He was always at the senior center as well as the dinner bell. You could say these places were like his second homes. He was of the Baptist faith and was served as a deacon in the Baptist church. After his retirement, he and his wife still did some traveling until her health started to fail. He faithfully and lovingly took care of his sweetheart, as he called her, until her death in 2009. He continued to operate his mowing service until about a year ago. His favorite phrase after a long day of work was, "It's not bad getting old, it's just inconvenient." Sonny leaves his daughter, Jocelyn Domingo Velasquez of Pampa, two granddaughters, Amy and Latasha Velasquez of Pampa, 3 great-grandsons, Isaiah, Jaden, and Grayson Velasquez. 2 brothers, Ben Bird of Clovis and Tony Collins of Iowa Park, Texas. 2 sisters, Ella V. Bird Trailer and Mary Collins of Clovis. His special nephew and niece and caregivers, Arthur Sonny Graves and Sandra Graves of Progress. His favorite cousins, Lando and Person, Jordan of Dallas, and his best friend, Frank Werflein of Muleshoe, along with a host of other nieces, nephews, and cousins too numerous to list. Sonny was preceded in death by his parents, Brady Bird of Huntsville and Ara Jordan Bird Collins of Clovis, his sweetheart and loving wife of 57 years, Elna Graves Bird, his brother Wilbert Bird of Lubbock, a sister, Alnita Bird Horn Murdaugh of Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and a sister-in-law and friend, Willie Mae Polly Graves of Progress. And please keep the Bird family on your prayer list today. Again, his funeral services were held this past weekend at the First Baptist Church. He was 86 and died on Monday, November the 5th, here in Muleshoe. Make sure to look on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, as well in the rotation on AW Broadband Channel 6. We have Monday's Muleshoe City Council meeting, where at the first of the meeting, they honored all of our Muleshoe area local veterans that have served our country for the big Veterans Day weekend. And you can see that entire city council meeting online now on Facebook, Twitter, and our website, muleshoetv.com, and our rotation as well on AW Broadband Channel 6. Well, it's time now for the weather forecast, brought to you today by K&K Pharmacy. First, a message from our sponsor. K&K Pharmacy in Muleshoe, Texas, 1411 West American Boulevard, where they serve the entire area, and they remind you that it's time again to get your flu shots. They are in now at K&K Pharmacy. Walk-ins or appointments are welcome. Call 806-272-7511, and they remind you most insurance plans cover the flu shot. You can now shop over-the-counter products on K&K Pharmacy's website, knkpharmacy.com. Buy online, select your items, and you can either pick them up in store here at 1411 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, or they'll deliver them to you. That's knkpharmacy.com. Go under the Services tab and shop now. You can shop for over-the-counter products, and they'll deliver them to you here in the Muleshoe area, or you can pick them up in store at 1411 West American Boulevard. That's their website, knkpharmacy.com. Go into the Services tab and then shop now. So also, you can skip the doctor with K&K Pharmacy. They have in-house lab testing available for flu, strep, RSV, or Lyme disease. It's quick and simple, no appointment necessary. The tests are $20 each. They have an in-house lab again at K&K Pharmacy, and their flu shots are now available. K&K Pharmacy is in Muleshoe, Texas, 1411 West American Boulevard. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, or on their website, knkpharmacy.com. Well, if you didn't notice, it did get cold here in the Muleshoe area, and we did receive a snowfall Sunday night and Monday morning with about an inch to an inch and a half of snow falling here in Muleshoe at Channel 6. It was a pretty nice weekend with warm temperatures in the 50s, but then on Sunday that front started to approach. The high was 50 on Sunday, the low was 30 Sunday night. But as Sunday went on, it got really windy, and that Arctic cold front came through. And Sunday night, about after nightfall, came the snow, started to come intermittently through the Muleshoe area. And as I mentioned, we did get an inch and a half of snow. But Monday, it was bitterly cold. The high was only 32 degrees, and the low was 17. And that was as of midnight. And early this morning on Tuesday, continued to fall. The temperature did, and our low this morning was 13 degrees. Looking at our weather forecast, you're going to like it a little bit as we're going to warm up through the week. Sunny and a high near 41 today on Tuesday for Muleshoe. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight, low around 22 degrees. Northwest winds around 5 miles per hour. Wednesday on sunny on Wednesday, high near 51 degrees. Northwest winds around 5 miles per hour. Wednesday night, clear, low around 28. Then Thursday all the way up to high near 62, sunny conditions again. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear, low around 30 degrees. West winds around 5 miles per hour. Sunny on Friday. High even warmer, around 64 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear Friday night. Low around 33. Southwest winds around 10 miles per hour, becoming northwest after midnight. Saturday, starting our weekend, mostly sunny, a little bit cooler. High only around 51 degrees. Northeast winds around 15 miles per hour, mostly cloudy. Saturday night, low around 26. So we'll slowly warm all throughout the weekday and then get a little bit cooler on Saturday on the weekend. But again, high near 41 for today. On Tuesday, sunny conditions, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight, low around 22. Then sunny, high near 51 on Wednesday. Wednesday night, clear, low around 28. Thursday, sunny, high near 62, low around 30. Then sunny on Friday, high near 64. K&K Pharmacy has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast. Thought would give you some more snow reports from our area on Monday. 3.5 inches at Freona. Dimmitt got 4 inches, and 3.4 inches around Toya and Plainview. But as you went south of Muleshoe, it all dropped off, and there was only a trace of snow in places south of us like Levelland, Lubbock, Brownfield Post. So we were right on the edge as you went farther up into the Panhandle and northern New Mexico. There were some really substantial snows, like 7-8 inches. Grayson and Dixon, New Mexico, which is just south of Taos, said they got about 7 inches. I saw a report from Red River and Angel Fire that had them anywhere between 15 and 20 inches of snow in those areas. So winter has arrived here in the Muleshoe area. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so stay tuned. Take control of your First Bank of Muleshoe debit card right from your smartphone with the My Mobile Money app. It's customizable card monitoring and controls that help you manage your accounts. With My Mobile Money app, you can set interactive controls to help monitor activity and prevent unauthorized use. You can turn your card on or off, set alerts, and deny transactions based on merchant or transaction type and location, monitor and control dependent cardholder usage, receive notifications of possible fraudulent transactions, and take action. Deposit checks through your phone. Download the My Mobile Money app now at the App Store or Google Play. For more information, you can also call the First Bank here in Muleshoe, 806-272-4515, or go by 202 South First Street. The First Bank right here in Muleshoe, offering the My Mobile Money app. Available at the App Store or Google Play. Call the First Bank here in Muleshoe, 806-272-4515, or go by 202 South First Street. The First Bank, member FDIC.
Leal's, pure yummy goodness. They have cheese, 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 and more cheese. Mexican food is tested to the limits once you get into Leal's. Come to 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas, to get the best Tex-Mex from around the world.
The City of Muleshoe will hold a public hearing today on Tuesday, November the 13th at 5:15 at City Hall in the council chambers on the Texas Community Development Block Grant Program. That's one that they're required by state law in order to be eligible for those block grants to have a public hearing. And again, it will be Tuesday, November the 13th today at 5:15 p.m. at council chambers at Muleshoe City Hall. Of course, those block grant programs over the years have helped get funding for the home program, which has helped refurbish and rebuild lots of dilapidated housing here in the Muleshoe area. Stacey Connor and Curtis Shelburne announced to us that the community Thanksgiving service time is nearly here. It will be this Sunday evening, November the 18th at 6 p.m. at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe. Radon Stanford will be preaching lots of great music. will be involved as well. Bring canned food for the Bailey County Food Pantry, and that will be Sunday, November the 18th at 6 p.m. at the First Baptist Church. The Bailey County Ministerial Alliance's annual community Thanksgiving service. Radon Stanford will be preaching, and Michelle Young and her band will be playing as well at this service. So come out and be thankful with the community, sponsored by the Bailey County Ministerial Alliance. Good luck as basketball really gets underway now, as the boys teams are now in action at varsity at high school. The JV girls and boys will play today on Tuesday, November 13th. They'll play Olton here at the MHS gym. 6:30, the varsity girls will play. And then at 8, the varsity boys basketball will play Olton here at MHS Gymnasium. Also, more basketball later in the week. On Thursday, the freshman Lady Mules will play Grady in the first round of the Seagraves tournament. That will go on all weekend. And then on Saturday, November the 17th, at 12 noon, JV girls and boys will be at Farwell. And then at 1:30, the varsity Lady Mules and Mules basketball teams will take on the Steers and Lady Steers at Farwell. So good luck to basketball as it really gets rolling now. On Wednesday, there will be an early release at noon in the Muleshoe schools, as the Watson Junior High School will be hosting the District UIL contest. So good luck to all the junior high students participating in UIL competition on Wednesday, mainly in the afternoon hours here at Watson Junior High School. Well, the Mules ended their football season last Friday night in Bushland, losing to the Falcons 54-0. You can look on our website, muleshoetv.com, under the sports tab for all of our football highlight videos from the entire season, including Bushland. And the final District 2-3A standings are Shallowater first took the district title. They won their districts and regular season in 2018 outright, going 5-0 in the district and 10-0 on the season. Bushland, who beat us last Friday night, ended the district 4-1 in second place, and their season total was 7-3. Slayton's record in the district was 3-2, and their season record 7-3. Littlefield came in fourth and took the last place in the playoffs at 2-3 in district and 3-7 overall on the season. Muleshoe was in fifth place at 1-4 in the district and 1-9 on the season, and Amarillo River Road was 0-5 in district and 1-9 on the season. Now, some of our district mates have playoff games already scheduled. Denver City will take on Littlefield in the bi-district round Thursday at Lowry Field in Lubbock. Shallowater, who's 10-0, is taking on Tornillo, who was 0-10 at 6 p.m. Thursday in Andrews. So that'll be an interesting matchup between our district champion at 10-0, Shallowater, and an 0-10 Tornillo team. Bushland will take on Kermit at 7 p.m. Thursday in Levelland, and Slayton, who was fourth in our district, will take on Brownfield at 7:30 Thursday at Lubbock Cooper. Some other area towns that are in the playoffs and by district: the Sudan Hornets will play Wink on Friday, November 16th at 7:30 at Denver City, and Farwell will take on Van Horn in New Mexico at Hobbs on Friday at 7 p.m. in the bi-district round. Good luck to all those area teams and our district mates as they are going into the playoffs. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. Since 1925, AIM Bank is proud to be one of the largest locally owned and operated banks in West Texas. Our expert bankers have an in-depth understanding of the local economy, and we are proud to provide our customers with quick local loan decisions. At AIM Bank, we know that strong local partnerships are crucial for growth and success. Investing in you has been our focus from day one. We provide the latest in technology for your online and mobile banking with features like mobile check deposit. At AIM Bank, we care about your accounts as much as you do, so we pride ourselves on real personal attention because we are also your neighbor. We invite you to come in and experience the real personal attention AIM Bank has to offer. We want to know you because we live, work, and raise our families right here in Muleshoe too. AIM Bank is committed to making a difference in the communities we serve. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Help us welcome to Muleshoe Dr. Kenneth Burke. Kenneth Burke, DO, is now practicing full-time in the medical clinic of Muleshoe and is ready to see patients. For an appointment, call today, 806-272-7544. Dr. Burke was born in De Leon, Texas, and went through Corpus Christi and Lubbock on his path to Muleshoe for his undergraduate training. And then in the U.S. Navy, he was responsible for mobilization and security of the medical and chaplain team. Shawnee, Georgia for medical school, and then Jersey City, New Jersey for his medical internship and family practice residency. Welcome to Muleshoe, Dr. Burke. He's purchased a home here and ready to make Muleshoe home. Again, for an appointment, call the Medical Clinic of Muleshoe, 806-272-7544. Help us welcome Kenneth Burke, DO, to Muleshoe. You're invited to the Dillman Elementary School cafeteria for Mrs. Nick's annual kindergarten Thanksgiving play. It will be this coming Friday, November the 16th at 2 p.m. there in the Dillman cafeteria, and we'll be there to film that great program. It's always a good one for Thanksgiving, and Mrs. Nix does such a great job with her kindergarten class. Again, this Friday, November the 16th at 2 p.m. at the Dillman cafeteria. Everyone is invited. Also, another Thanksgiving musical program, Make a Difference, will be held by the DeShazo Elementary third graders on Thursday, November the 15th at 1:45 p.m. at the MHS Auditorium. Susan White is the director and always does a great job with the DeShazo kids, and those third graders will be doing their musical Goodwill program, Make a Difference, Thursday, November the 15th at 1:45 p.m. at the MHS Auditorium. Everyone is welcome. Sorry, we already have something going on at that time and won't be able to make it to film. Lots of things going on at the Senior Center this Thursday, November the 15th. They will have their birthday party at 1:30 for all the senior citizens that celebrate birthdays in November, and you'll all be registered for a drawing for a $50 prize if your birthday is in November. Again, that's 1:30 this Thursday at the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center, Main and Avenue D here in Muleshoe. They're selling raffle tickets now for a beautiful quilt that Nadine Hawkins quilted. It's heavy and perfect for the winter weather that's here in the Muleshoe area. Tickets are $2 each and $5 for three. The drawing will be held this Friday, November the 16th at the Senior Center. Also going on Thursday at 1:30, they'll have bingo. That's every Thursday at 1:30. Serving lunch on the menu for today, on Tuesday, November the 13th, taco salad, refried beans, Spanish rice, broccoli, and cauliflower salad, corn or flour tortillas, apricot halves. Wednesday, November the 14th, chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, gravy, stewed okra, seasoned corn, and pumpkin squares. Thursday, lasagna, spinach, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, sliced whole wheat bread, and fresh bananas. And then on Friday, fish or chicken strips, borracho beans, green peas, tossed vegetable salad, low-cal French dressing, whole wheat roll, and tropical fruit mix. That's going on all this week at the Senior Center, Main and Avenue D. Also this week, the Muleshoe Economic Development Corporation will have another session of their Leadership Muleshoe series. Slater Elza from Underwood Law Firm will offer some great information on employment law, and then Maddie McLean will discuss getting things done in a productivity session that's beginning at 8:30 Thursday morning, November the 15th at the City of Muleshoe Training Center on Main Street. For more information, you can contact Casey Coker, the director of the Muleshoe EDC, at 806-272-7455. And also remember, Maddie McLean is always available free of charge to meet with business owners or prospective business owners that want to change things or optimize something or go into a new line or open a new business here in the Muleshoe area, and that's provided free of charge through the Muleshoe Economic Development Corporation. And to get an appointment with Maddie, contact Casey Coker as well, 806-272-7455. Well, as you may know, Jean Allison has recently moved from Raider Ranch in Lubbock closer to her daughter in the San Antonio area. And we do have her new mailing address and phone number you can reach her at. It's Jean Allison, 855 East Bass Road. That's BASSE Road, apartment 204, San Antonio, Texas, 78209. Cell phone number you can reach her at is 806-777-3570. And we hope that Jean is enjoying her new surroundings there in San Antonio, being near her daughter and son-in-law there. And she's a longtime Muleshoe resident and longtime Muleshoe school teacher. On your prayer list today, remember Marilyn Nichols, the sister of Helen Cook. Also remember Delphine Gruda, the family of Delphine Gruda, the mother of Sherry Jenkins. Remember the family of Tommy Glick, who was our cousin. We went to her funeral last week in Jefferson. Remember the family of the victims of the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh and all the lost loved ones that have died in the extreme fires in California. I think the last number I saw this morning was the death toll is at 44, but we'll probably get much bigger. Continue to remember the family of Julie Cage on the passing of her sister. Remember, please, Berta Combs, Arliss Banks, the uncle of Carolyn Johnson, Freddie Pierce, the friend of Tom and Linda Watson. Also remember Sherry Harrison, who broke her shoulder and arm and has recently had surgery and coming back from that. Remember Buck and Lynn Campbell, Linda Watson, Barbara Mae Blackman. Please remember the Meza family, Lorena and Jose Meza, as they lost Monday morning all of their belongings in a house fire in the Richland Hills area of town. Please keep them on your prayer list today. Remember, as we mentioned, Jean Allison, as she's recently moved. Sarah Weiss, second grade teacher at elementary, recovering from a car wreck. Marlene Martin. Alice Sims, the mother of Betty Ennis, now is at Parkview. Remember Ruth Hall on your prayer list today. Fred Clements at Parkview. Remember always Matthew Alicon, a junior at Muleshoe High School, and the son of Rick and Rhea Alicon, who is fighting with cancer, and Lisa Lee, who's also fighting cancer, the daughter of Charles and Margaret Hamilton. And Hedwin Cantwell, Robert and Maureen Hooten need to be on your prayer list today, as well as Mary Nell Bleeker, Debbie Trider and her mother Joy Costin, Sally Ellis, Marshall Head, Marjorie Morgan, the mother of Pam Thomason. Remember Tom Carter and his wife Rhonda on your prayer list today. The minister at First United Methodist Church. Keep Dorothy Sorley and Gabby Stone, Brian Taylor, Dorothy Turner, Starla Ellis, Betty Harrison, Doris Scott, Clinton and Maxine Rogers, Landon Nichols on your prayer list today. Bruce Barrett, who's recently had knee surgeries, Ruth Hall, Glenn Watkins, Eric Hall, and Olin Clements. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear the latest Muletrain rotating on AW Broadband Channel 6 as well. Find it free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Wedding bells for Dub. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sounds of Texas is brought to you here on AW Broadband, Channel 6, and at muleshoetv.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They are celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at bcecoop.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle all hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
When Dub Riley was growing up, his family moved a lot.
I went to 13 different schools. And my first school I went to was Bethel School, 10 miles southeast of Ballinger on the Colorado River. And we rode a school bus over there. It had what they called a straddle seat right down the middle of the bus. Wide as a 2x6. So the boys sat on the straddle seat. They had seats around the edges, and the girls sat around that way.
There were other forms of transportation to get to school.
Several people rode horses. And one guy sometimes rode a donkey.
The students drank from a cistern that held rainwater.
If you wanted to drink water, and they had a dipper, one dipper. Everybody used the same dipper.
When he attended school at Hurst Springs, north of Gatesville, classes were held on weekends.
It rained so much, couldn't get to school, so when they finally get cleared up, we had to go to school on Saturdays.
Dub says his family was poor and did all kinds of work.
We was over helping a neighbor work his goats, and found a little goat. His mama died. He gave me this goat. This guy gave it to me, and I took it home and raised it on a bottle. We kept that goat around with us all our years. One day when we were just really broke near Gatesville, didn't have any money, Daddy took him to town and sold him. Got $2.50 for him.
His family raised corn and had lots of cornbread.
I never had any light bread. I thought that was wonderful then. Grandma usually had a light bread. We'd go to her house, man, I'd sneak a couple of slices and run off and eat it somewhere, you know.
Dub served in the Marines during World War II. He got advanced infantry training at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
How to do hand-to-hand combat and bayonets, and they had us going out in those landing crafts, jump off those things with water about up your breast or so, and that's what we were doing when the Harry Truman dropped the bomb and saved my life.
Dub had a career in the oil patch and lives in Odessa. Dub and his wife have been married less than a year.
She and her husband, me and my wife, had traveled together in our motorhomes. We was in Colorado together and New Mexico together. So her husband died a year before my wife died. We made a couple of trips together. We got married. We've been happily married ever since.
How old are y'all?
She was 79 and I was 90.
Dub Riley of Odessa. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.